Hiya, today I'm going to show you this makeup look from scratch. It's essentially a full smoky eye using just an eyeliner and a couple of blending brushes. It's a really lovely soft kind of makeup that you could wear for work every day. Someone asked me for that on YouTube recently, so this one is for you. But you can also dress it up with a bit of red lipstick if you want to, so you've got the option of both. Here you go, I hope you enjoy. So the first thing I'm going to start with is the original It Cosmetics CC cream. Now I always use the shade medium, but I haven't put any tanning drops on, so I'm going to jump down to light medium. It'll be nice as well to just give you a bit of an idea of the difference between the shades. Now if you want something quick and easy for work, I really cannot recommend the CC cream enough because it's just one step. It's really hydrating, it feels really comfortable through the day. You can achieve a really lovely coverage with it if you want to, or you can wear it nice and sheer if you'd prefer something softer. So definitely for one quick thing to put on before work, it'd be lovely. I'm going to take this all over and then press a little bit more just into the cheeks. That is a lovely colour match actually. I think that's probably way better than the medium I usually wear, but you know what I'm like, I like to warm up a little bit. So I'm going all over with this, and I've just pressed a little bit more across the cheeks where I know I'm prone to being a bit more red. I've taken it across the eyes as well, but I'm not going to seal that in with powder and all will be revealed. But I'm going to seal the rest for now, just with a little bit of the Bye Bye Pores powder down the T-zone. Now, the tip I'm going to show you today for your makeup is this whole idea of a smoky eye using just your eyeliner. You can use any kind of creamy eyeliner to do this, but it has to be something that goes on nice and creamy rather than a pencil that goes on to more of a velvety finish. So grab something nice and creamy and follow this step. This was actually a full tutorial that we did for a Space NK It Cosmetics Masterclass that I just did on Friday just gone. So if you missed that, this is what you missed. I'm going to use the It Cosmetics No Tug Gel Eyeliner in Cosmic Copper. And what you want to do, I haven't powdered the eye because I want a bit of dewiness, a bit of creaminess there to help with this technique. And essentially I'm going to create the whole smoky eye look using just this. So I'm first of all going to take a little bit of this along the lash line, not all the way across, just a little bit. And then if I relax a bit and you can see where the natural creases are in my eyes, I'm going to go around the corner, as my friend Kate would call it, and then take that pencil in a little loop going just above that natural crease. And it is going to look like this, which is going to be a bit strange, but you're going to use this as the framework for your smoky eye. I'm going to take, to buff this out, a Peaches PC10 brush, and I'm going to do this little ritual of build and repeat and softening each time until we start to get a finish where we've got a nice soft blend through the socket that softens out into nothing. Now it's really important, a lot of the time with eye makeup, you might be thinking, okay, I'm going to do bit by bit on each side and gently build them up so that I can guarantee they're going to match, and that would make a lot of sense. However, for this technique, I don't want this to dry on me because I need it to stay creamy so that I can blend it out, and then once that's dry, it's not going to go anywhere. So you need to kind of go in bit by bit. Now I'm going to leave that for a second and just see how we've got a nice little feline shape there. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Now this is so lovely. I mean, if you wanted something fresh for work, it's the perfect kind of thing. But also, even if you just want to really simplify your makeup routine and only leave a couple of things out on the dresser, this is the kind of thing that's lovely. And I mean, look at the job of this I'm doing here. It's not even perfectly even or symmetrical, but by the time you've blended this out, you can really easily correct any blips. So if you're thinking of experimenting with liner or smoky eyes or anything like that, just find yourself something nice and creamy. Now these particular liners, as you can see, they almost have the texture of a gel, you know, like a gel you'd have in a pot, but they happen to be in the stick form. So you want to find something that works in that way. And then you've got the option to buff and play around with this. The shapes are slightly skewy. Don't worry, I'm going to be able to sort that looking at it now. But this is the kind of thing, just don't worry about it. Instantly, I can see that if I take this side a tiny bit lower, I might have to build a bit more to be able to do that. It's going to even out, but I'm going to keep building and smudging until we get there. Now, I can already feel that first layer of gel on my lash lines has dried. So this is what I mean about doing a little bit and coming back, because it'll dry on you. And once it's dry, the great thing is, once that's dry, it is not going anywhere. Another one it's really good for is like hay fever season is upon us. I just think about a set of flowers and my eyes are watering. The good thing is, once it's on, it's not going to move. The bad thing is, you don't have any playtime once this is dry. So as long as you do, you bit by bit, nice and steadily, it's going to be fab for you. So just continuing exactly the same motions. You'll hopefully also start to notice, I'm just having a little look. That one seems, do you see what I'm doing here? I'm going to try and even them out. I think I need to come a little bit further out with this initial line. What was I going to say? I was going on a whole tangent there. I was ready to go. Oh, that's what I was going to say. A lot of what I'm doing is going inwards with the brush rather than windscreen wiper. And that is how you get this kind of soft into nothing blend. And I can take it in as far as I want to and then let it tail off when it feels right to do so. Now, I'm now going to take the liner and almost try and gently deepen that outer corner so that we get this illusion of liner going into depth, going into smudge, going into nothing. And actually at this point, you may wish to take a slightly denser brush. This is the Peaches PC06, so that you're not blending it all the way out and you're leaving some of the density of the colour in this outer corner. But also, do you know what? I've got less blending time now because the outer corner of that has dried, and so I can't get creaminess on top of it. But what this is also great to do, this whole technique is one that I picked up. I can't even remember. It was a launch for something, but Nikki Wolf was doing the demo for us. And she said that this is how she traces all her smoky eyes. She carves them out with a liner. And then from here, once she's got this template, that's when she goes in and adds her shadows and her colours. So for me, I'm actually quite happy with this really loose shape. I'm going to finish the rest off with a bit of shadow, but before I do that, I'm going to take this same liner just through like the first kind of third, almost into half of this eye. And again, the reason I've gone for this kind of coppery colour, I do like to use these colours a lot, is because it really will make every eye colour pop. However, it's not so dramatic that you're thinking, why have you got that really bright colour on for work? It's that bit softer than black, but it's just enough of a hint of colour that you're going to be able to see your eyes really pop. I've absolutely sabotaged myself there. But the great thing about it being nice and creamy is, look, before you know what's happened, you've sorted it all out and it's going to be fine. And by the time I get a little bit of bronzer through this as well, it's going to look lovely. Now we're 8 minutes 22 in. I don't know where the time has gone. So let me start to pick up the pace here and work my way through this makeup. I'm going to take a little bit of, I bought in the Your Most Beautiful You palette today, which is like a bronze highlighter blush. This is on a PC10, a clean PC10. I'm going to take some of the bronzer through this socket, nice and quick and fresh. But yeah, have a little play, really lovely if you're just starting out. See, if you look at every single, you know, inch and segment of it, it might not look the most even. But by the time now, I've just tweaked that, got an extra bit of liner, nice and dense, right next to those lashes, put some mascara on. While I'm here actually, and I've got that negative space on the lid, I'm going to take the same brush. Let me check I haven't got any excess bronze on it. I'm going to take the the highlighter shade through the brows. I'm going to take a tiny bit of that highlighter shade through that negative space and into this inner corner. And as you can see, these are just really soft washes of colour that I'm doing. And then I'm going to load up on the mascara. I am getting ready for work today too. I've got some QVC shows this afternoon with the CC cream. Just to show you, if you use the CC cream, that's your normal size for £30. That size, which is kind of 2 1/3, the same size, is £40. That's until the end of the month at QVC in the UK. And by all means, I always say it to you that from these videos and things, I just want you to think, use what you've got in your makeup bag, apply the tips to your own stash. However, in the same breath, I know that lots of people I chat to on here do love the It Cosmetics makeup. And if that's you, I'd rather point you in the direction of the offer that's going to save you some money in the long run. So I'm going in with lots of mascara. I'm going to speed through this and my brows to save some time and come back to you. I've gone quite nice and full and fluffy with my brows today to just make all of this look nice and fresh. So I'm going to brush those through. And then to finish off, I'm going to take a slightly more tapered brush. This is the Peaches PC04. I'm going to use the same Your Most Beautiful You palette and just take a little bit of bronze blush and highlight through the complexion. And as always, if you're watching this on Instagram, at the very top here, if you make the IGTV full screen, and then at the very top you'll see the title of the video, there should be a little arrow next to the title, and if you click that, a full list will drop down of everything that I've used, links if you want to have a look at them. So by all means, if I've missed mentioning something or you're wondering what the exact names are of things, it's all on that list. Now, bronzer is on, tiny bit down the nose. Going to take a tiny bit of blush and a little touch of, I'm keeping an eye on the cat, excuse me, a little touch of the highlighter just on my finger so that I can get a slightly more small dose of that rather than the whole wash of the brush. And the nice thing about going for a neutral eye is that if you want to mix it up and put a red lip with it as well, it's nice and soft, nothing's going to clash, and you can kind of dress it up or dress it down as much as you want to. So there you go. Let me know if you tried it. I hope you enjoy, and I'll chat to you soon.